You know that feeling. What you think, maybe what you believe, just clashes with what you actually do. That little, I don't know, internal head scratch.
Yeah, that feeling. It's likely you've run into cognitive dissonance, even if you didn't know the term.
Right. So today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. What is this thing, and why does it matter in your everyday life?
It really boils down to a basic human thing, doesn't it? Wanting our thoughts and our actions to line up, to be consistent.
So let's define it first. Cognitive dissonance. What is it at its core?
Okay, so simply put, it's that feeling of discomfort, mental stress, really, when you hold two conflicting beliefs or values.
Or like when your actions don't match your beliefs.
Exactly. That inconsistency creates this friction in your mind.
Okay, friction. What usually sets it off? What are the common triggers?
Well, making a decision can do it, especially a tough one between two things you like.
Ah, okay.
Or maybe acting in a way that goes against your values. You think honesty is important, but you tell a white lie.
Right, I see.
Even just getting new information that challenges what you've always thought. That can definitely spark it.
Can you give us a really simple, everyday example, something relatable?
Sure. Think about, say, fast food. Someone knows it's not healthy, they get the downsides, nutrition-wise,
Mm.
but they find themselves eating it pretty often anyway. That's dissonance right there.
The, I know this isn't great for me, thought, bumping up against the, but I'm doing it, action.
Precisely, and it feels uncomfortable. So what do people do about that feeling? How do they try and, resolve it?
Well, there are a few common ways people try to ease that tension. One is changing a belief.
Yeah.
Like, actually, this burger isn't that unhealthy, minimizing it.
Okay.
Or they change the behavior itself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll cut back on the fast food.
Makes sense.
Another way is to add new thoughts to justify it. Well, this burger makes me happy right now, and my mental health matters too.
Ah, the justification angle.
Yeah, or just trivializing it, making the inconsistency seem small. It's only one burger, what's the big deal?
It's really interesting how our minds work to find that balance. Now, how is this different from, say, hypocrisy? People might mix them up.
Good question. Dissonance is that internal feeling, that discomfort inside your own head.
Right.
Hypocrisy is more about the external appearance, saying one thing publicly, doing another. You could be a hypocrite and not feel much inner conflict, maybe.
Or feel dissonance privately without anyone seeing the hypocrisy.
Exactly. They're related, but not quite the same thing.
And this internal pressure, this dissonance, it can actually make us change our minds about things, can't it? Change our attitudes.
Absolutely. That discomfort is a powerful motivator. We want it to go away. Sometimes the easiest path is shifting our belief to match what we did.
So if you worked really hard on something boring, you might convince yourself it was actually interesting.
Yes, to make the effort feel worthwhile, to reduce that feeling of, why did I waste my time?
What if someone just ignores it, pushes that clashing feeling down? Are there downsides to leaving dissonance unresolved?
Oh, definitely. It can lead to some issues. You might get really, really good at rationalizing, even for things that are kind of harmful.
Become defensive.
Very defensive when challenged, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Protecting those fragile justifications. It can sort of block self-awareness, maybe stunt personal growth, if you're constantly explaining away inconsistencies instead of facing them.
This brings to mind that classic study, Festinger and Carl Smith. It really nailed this, didn't it?
Oh yeah, that one's fascinating.
Yeah.
So basically, they had people do a super dull task, like incredibly boring.
Turning pegs on a board, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they asked them to tell the next participant that the task was actually really fun and exciting.
Okay, so they had to lie.
Right. But here's the twist. Some were paid $20, a decent amount back then, to tell the lie. Others were paid only $1.
A tiny amount. And what happened?
The surprising part was, the people paid only $1 later rated the boring task as significantly more enjoyable than those paid $20.
Wow, okay, wait. That seems backward.
Well, the thinking is, the $20 group had a clear reason to lie. I did it for the money. Easy justification. Not much dissonance.
Makes sense. External reason.
But the $1 group, they lied for basically nothing. That creates more internal conflict. Why did I lie for just $1?
Ah, so the dissonance was higher.
Exactly. And to reduce that uncomfortable feeling, they subconsciously changed their actual attitude toward the task. They convinced themselves, you know what, it wasn't that bad after all. Maybe it was kind of interesting.
So they changed their belief to justify their action because the external reward wasn't enough. That's powerful.
It really shows how we strive for that internal consistency, even if it means adjusting our own feelings.
And this justification process is huge after we make a choice too, right? That's
Yeah.
post-decision dissonance.
Spot on. You choose between two good job offers or two cars you liked. Afterwards, you might feel that nagging doubt, did I pick the right one?
Buyer's remorse, kind of.
Yeah, or choice regret. And
Yeah.
what do we do then?
We start emphasizing everything good about our choice.
Right. And we find fault with the option we rejected.
Oh, that other car probably had terrible mileage anyway.
Exactly. You build up your choice and subtly tear down the alternative to reassure yourself and quiet that dissonance. Make yourself feel good about the path taken.
So wrapping it up, cognitive dissonance is essentially that mental tug of war. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our actions. When they don't align, our brain sends up a little red flag.
Precisely. It's that internal push and pull driving us towards consistency, and in doing so, it can genuinely shape what we believe and how we behave.
So here's something to think about. Consider a recent decision you made, maybe big or small. Did you notice any of that internal conflict afterwards, that need to justify?
Yeah, how did you resolve it, if you did? What does understanding this whole dissonance thing really tell us about how we make sense of ourselves, our choices, and maybe even the world around us?